Hey guys, Blue One here and welcome to yet another video on my series of Inside Look. I'm making this interesting plugin here called CVD, also known as, well, just pretty much CBD. As you can see here though, the project name is Block Drops, and that's because CBD means Custom Block Drops, and I'll show you about that here. So this is what the config will look like. You'll put in stone, and I'm thinking after that then you'll put, like, this is the block that you broke, and then it'll drop whatever you put in this list here. So it might drop stone 1, and it might drop, see, gravel, because, you know, if you're chipping away at a rock, then perhaps it'll drop some gravel. I don't know if I'll have :1 there or how I'll have that set up, but I figured I'd make something like that just so that it was available out there. This is what my plugin.yml looks like. This CBD is only so that you can add a block and a material really easily from in-game. You don't have to deal with the config at all. So that's pretty much all I've done so far with it. I'll change this description here. Handles all commands having to do with CBD. 4. There, handles all commands for CBD. Capitalized H. And save it. Alright, now let's get into the code. Here's the code, is all that we've got so far. I will have to, thinking about that, I will have to open up the Minecraft because I haven't done that in quite a while. But we'll just write it first and see how much we can get written, and then we'll see if it works, and it'll be exciting. So let's create a new, in our package here, a new class, and we're going to call this CMDs. You can follow along if you want to. You can just pause the video, copy paste everything I've got here. I've created these two files. I'm using Java 8, but Spigot 1.10, that's the important part. So if you want to pause it there and just keep going, then do so. Implements, oh, that's not how you spell things. Come on now. Implements command executor. Alright, let's import that. Let's add unimplemented methods. Alrighty. Get rid of the auto-generated. We'll return false actually because I decided to start doing it that way and only return true if given conditions are as they should be. And we'll just try that out and see how it works. Command label args. I don't usually do command label just because I never use it, but you know, to each their own, whatever. So now let's use sender if sender instance of player, then player p equals, come on now, I can't type, sender. I turn on the light, that'll help. Alright, let's import player. Let's cast this to player. Alright, we're ready to go. Let's create if. How about right here first, we'll do an else statement. Sender.send message. Chat color.red. Oh, that was the wrong chat color. I hate using the Bungie API one, and I'm not even sure why. This command should only be used by players. I put a comma in there somewhere just for randomness. If cmd.getName equals ignore case, we want it to be, what was it again? CBD. CBD. Leave that check. Custom block drops. We got it. Then if args.length equals 0, then we'll send p.send message help. We'll do msg.help message. Like that. Now let's create a new class called msg, which is not monosodium glutamate. Alright, and it will be just full of strings. So public string help message. There we go. And it will return a new string, chat color. Wow, there we go. Dot gold. Now let's do, let's set up the prefix first. Public string prefix. just like that. Return new string chat color dot gray. This is how I always do things. Actually, instead of using chat color dot and then the chat color itself, let's use chat color dot translate alternate color codes. Here we'll just put this in, and then we'll just put in the text with the color codes in there. All right. So, and 7, which is the gray, and 3, which is the dark aqua, CBD, and 7. Then we got that. All right. So there's our that's our prefix. That was a little easier. And we'll do the same thing here. Chat color dot translate alternate color codes. And the reason I'm doing this here instead of the normal way is because I do plan on having all of this configurable in a message file. So let's make this put that in a new line, just like this. The help message will be commands. We'll just put in and bold commands, and then a new line. I did not mean to have that separated. I just do this so that it's makes more sense to me. Why is that running an error? Okay, okay, fine, we'll do that. Okay, a new line, purple. We'll do and D. CBD. What should our commands be even? Okay, so you're gonna do CBD add. That's the block you're looking at. Whatever you're holding in your hand is the drop. Okay, that works good. Okay, CBD add. And then if it's already in there, then it'll just add whatever's in your hand after that. All right, that sounds like a good plan. And in green, which would be and A, we'll do light green. No, let's do gold. Adds the block you are looking at and the drop you are holding. Alright, pretty simple. Let's add a new line onto that as well. And we'll do the pink again. CBD remove, which the alias will just be rem or del, delete, whatever. All of those. And 6 removes the block you are looking at from the custom block. Man, I just can't type. Custom block drops. Alright, that's all. That's all I wanted to say. Removes the block you're looking at from the custom block drops. Adds the block you're looking at and the block and the drop you are holding. There. That's it. And its drops. It is, and its drops. There, that's better. Alright, so that's all. Finally. That took a little longer than I was expecting. Okay, and you should be a lowercase help message. Okay. But you lowercase m message msg equals a new message. There. That's better. We initialized it. And before that, let's send the prefix before this. So prefix plus that. So prefix plus commands, and then it'll have the new line. Alright, that's better. So it sends the help message if you have no arguments, else if args.length is greater than 0, then if args 0 dot equals ignore case, come on now. I keep hitting the right instead of the down. Okay, and we want to do add first, so we can add stuff to the config. Let me think this through just a second. I'll pause the video for you. Okay, so I've thought of something, I think. Let's create a new file, a new class rather. It is a file technically, but it's just a new class. And this will be called File Builder. This will be adding stuff to the config. Okay. So this will be pretty easy. A bunch of void methods will go in here. Public void add block to config. And public void add item to config. Like that. What else? Add item to block rather. Okay, let's do remove now. Public void remove block from config. And we don't need to remove the items because when we remove the blocks, all of the inherited stuff will just be removed automatically. And sorry for the microphone moving around here for a second there. It's just kind of really hot and I gotta wipe my face sometimes. Okay, so add block to config. Let's do that right now since that won't be difficult. We're going to have to put in block B. That's what it's going to take in as a parameter. And we'll use main.plugin.getConfig. Oh, let's check first and see if it has it. If main.plugin. Ah, come on. And instead of inheriting this, let's just take in player. Because then we'll get the block they're looking at and all that stuff. Block B equals p.get target block. Can we not just like get the target block? Well, that one's not deprecated, so let's look at that. Why do I want a set and an integer? A set of materials and the integer. I'm getting the block they're looking at, okay? I don't know. Let's just take in the block for now. Block B, and we'll take in item stack I. Import that one. Alright, let's get rid of this. If main.plugin.get contains b.getMaterial get type dot to string. Wait, is there a get name of that? No, it's we'll just do to string. Return else, meaning that if it does not contain it, then we add it. Alright, and that with main.plugin.getConfig.create section, main.plugin.getConfig, no, sorry, b.getType, wow, that was a fail there, .toString. Okay, and it's a string list of the items that it drops. So how are we going to get that done? quantity won't be a problem. We'll just have it drop one of each. Well, no, we don't want to do that. Okay, if you want it to drop 3, you just put it in 3 times. We'll do that. That'll be easy. Okay, so main.plugin.getConfig.create section b.getType to string. Now we're going to main.plugin.getConfig.set b. That's just a dot b dot get type dot to string. Oh wait, does that? Can you get the name of it? Okay, okay, you should use toString instead, which will not vary from release to release. Okay, interesting. Okay, I like that. Get type to string, and what are we going to set it to? A new list of strings, I guess. Yeah, it's a list of strings. But we can't have the new list in there, so let's create a new list right here. List of strings called drops equals main.plugin.getConfig.getStringList. I did not mean to do that, people. .getStringList. There it is. And the string list is b.getType.toString. What? I didn't do that. Come on now, really. This will have to be declared after we actually create the section, because otherwise it'll throw a null pointer error. So after we create that section, then we get this brand new list. Control-Shift-O to import the list. And you always use the util. You don't use the AW, whatever that other thing is. Alright, so this is drops. And this is add block to config. Might have to use more subcommands if we can't just get the block they're looking at, but I'd sure like to just get the block they're looking at. That would make things so much easier. I'll just figure out how to do that. I don't think I've ever done that before. It shouldn't be difficult. Target block is used all the time by everybody, so. Drops dot add I dot get type, no, not type ID, dot to string. Okay, so we just add the item stack itself, the name of it, and we set it to there, and now we do main.plugin.saveconfig. Now we're done. Okay, add block to config is done. Now add item to block. That should have been done in there, shouldn't have. Okay, well, let's just copy this over. Just like that. And block B, item stack I. Now this can be deleted, and we'll just use add item to block BI, just like that. Alright, that way adding the item can be done by itself, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, we'll need to do that actually. Let's do it like this. If it doesn't contain it, then it'll create the section. Else, if it does contain it, not else, just if it does contain it, because now it will, then add an item to the block and save the config. Easy. Alright, that was a little better. It's a little cleaner now. Remove block from config, we'll do that later. That's not important right now. Right now we're just adding stuff in. So if args equals add, then let's create a new instance of file builder using file builder fb equals a new file builder. That. Alright, and we'll now do fb dot add block to config. Here's where we get those blocks that we don't know how to get yet. So let's experiment with this. Okay, p dot get target block. Okay. Here I'm gonna experiment around this a little bit, and as soon as I figure it out, I'll start the video back up. Okay, so I think I figured it out now. If you do p dot get target block like this, we'll just set this to null, and this is the distance that you want them to be able to go. The distance of the block away is the max distance, kind of. So exactly what we're doing here is just whatever block they happen to be looking at. So we'll actually set this to 5, or even, yeah, we'll make it 5. That way, if they're within range of it, they're actually looking at the block, then it'll do that. If you wanted to do like teleport to wherever you're looking, then you could set this to 200 or whatever is the render distance that you would have as set as a default for you, or as a recommended for the players, whatever you want. But yeah, then it would teleport them up to that far, the target block. Otherwise, it'll return null if they have no target block. And that's not working. Let's see. Let's put this in there. Did that help anything? Port set. Okay, yeah, that worked. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's what you want to do. You want to cast it to set type of material, and then make it actually null, and then have your distance like that, and that works without any weird stuff like deprecations. Okay, so now we'll set this to a block. Block b equals, and we'll import that. Alright, now let's do the item stack. Item stack I equals p dot get inventory dot get item in main hand. Just like that. Alright, so now let's do fb dot add block to config bi. Alright, so that's pretty simple. That's all the way done. Let's do a null check here. If p dot get target block, we'll just stick this in here, inside here. There we go. Equals null. Then p dot send message msg dot no target block, like that. Hey, what are you doing? Go. Thank you. Wow. Oh, no. I have no clue what that was. Okay, let's create this method. And auto-generated. Let's get rid of that. Public string no target bit. Okay. Let's just copy this so we don't have to do the typing for it. Alright, so and let's do prefix, and then the message, which is, and C for red, you must have a target block. Must be looking at a block and holding its desired item in your hand. There. Now, if you wanted a blocks drop to be null, to not drop anything, I'll add that later. We'll add the listener in a minute. Alright, so the no target block is now set. Else, move all of this stuff into here, delete all of this. Alright, tab these, good. Set the target block, and then we got the inventory, got item in hand. Okay, let's, if p.get item inventory, another null check here, .get item in main hand equals null, we could do get type as error, but we'll do equals null. Let's do actually if it does not. Here we'll initiate item stack I equals new item stack material dot error, like that. And what's the error here? Oh, you. What are you? Put in parentheses. Put this in parentheses? Since when? That's retarded. That's not gonna work. Okay, hold on. If p.get inventory to get item in main hand. Okay, let's just get type equals material dot error. What? p.get inventory dot get item in main hand equals null. Okay, so if it does not equal null, okay, that's better. If get inventory get item in hand is not null, then item I equals p.get inventory. No, sorry. Get, I cannot type. Get item in hand, main hand. Alright, that's all. And hold on just a second. Okay, sorry guys about that. There we go. Alright, so if the item in, then item stack I equals get item in hand. Alright, so we're good to go. Then add block to config. That works. Alright, I think that's it. I think that's all we have to do for add. I'm kind of excited to try this out, but I'm not going to yet. I'm going to hold off. Okay. File builder. Remove block from config. We need to have this done first. Unfortunately. Okay, and this will take block B. That's all. You just look at the block, type CVD remove or rem or del or delete or whatever, kill, I don't know, just anything bad. And it will remove it from the config. So let's get right into that. Main.plugin.getConfig. Set b.getType.toString to null, and it'll just get rid of it. And main.plugin.save config, like that. Is that all? Was it really that easy? I don't know. No target block message. Okay. Must be looking at a block. That's all. Okay, so else if args 0 dot equals ignore case remove. Now let's see what's an easy way to go about doing this. List string Args. No, not args. We can't have args. Syns for synonyms. Okay. Equals new array list. Can we do like this? Let's make instead a string array. Like that. And inside here we'll have remove rem. I think I'm doing this right. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Delete. And then I can just add as many as I want to. See? Del. What else? Kill. And extract. Okay, so if you just type any of those things, then down here we'll have else for string each in syns, like that. If args 0 dot equals ignore case each. Okay, that'll work. I think that'll work. I think we did this right, people. If args equals ignore case each, like that. That was almost a fail. Then we'll use fb.remove block from config b, which is this right here. Just like that. Is that all? Let's create new messages for these things. For public string, you added a block. And by the way, for those of you who are trying to use as minimal keystrokes, having shorter names and less descriptive names, although it does take up a lot less space, it can be confusing when you start making really big plugins. So I suggest, sorry about that, I suggest that you use full words such as this: you added a block. You can't get confused about that. No target block message, help message, and this should be MSG, like that. Prefix, you added a block message. Alright, you won't get confused about this. Return a new string, and this will be chat color dot translate alternate color codes, which are this and our text, which will be prefix first and gold colored. You have added, let's take in a block parameter here. We'll have to import it, of course. b.getMaterial, get type rather, dot to string. Forgot to add here. To the config. Alright, and that's all. That should work. It should work. Should work. Let's just copy and paste this here. You removed a block message. You have removed blank from the config. Alright, and that's all. Let's go back to commands. Let's fix this help message, which is now help MSG. There we go. And you have an error for stupid reasons. Okay, for string each in these right here, if your argument equals any one of those, then block B equals p.getTargetBlock. Okay, and p.sendMessage. You removed a block message B. Right here, p.sendMessage msg.you added a block message with that block. Okay, so now that's set up. I think we're actually done with that, and that was kind of easy to do. What else? Ah, the listener. New class. This will be block break listener. We're going to have it implement the listener, obviously, just like that. Import it, and we'll have at event handler, because we're about to make an event, public void on break. This will be the block break event. Let's import everything. Player p equals e dot get player. There we go. Import that. Block b equals e dot get block. Import that. Can we not import that? Block b equals e dot get block. Block cannot be resolved to a type. What? Okay. Um, Maybe because it's called directly after it breaks and it's no longer there. I don't know. E dot get block. That's insane. Oh, there it is. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Okay. If main.plugin.get config.contains b.getType.toString, then e.set cancelled to true. No, we don't want to set the block break to true. Get block dot set. See, what exactly do we want to do? We want to destroy the block e dot break naturally. No, because that drops the item. E dot get block dot. Does that control the block drop? Okay, I'm gonna check this real quick before we go on. Okay, so I found out, unfortunately, that has to do with the tool and not or anything else. However, there is get drops, which is right here. There's also .get drops. Wow, I can't type at all. Yep. Okay, item stack argument. I don't know if there's a set drops. No, there's not. Okay. But we can do this all manually. We might figure out a better way to do it later, but for now we're going to do b dot I don't know. What are we going to do? Set biome of block? That's interesting. That's interesting. Alright, let's just do b.set type to material. Oops. .air. And then b.get world dot play sound. b.get location. Now put in the sound argument here. Dot block break. Ah, come on. Is there not a particular one? Not just one for like anything. Let's just go back a bit here. Dot break. Okay, so here's all these things that can break. Okay, instead then what we're going to do is b dot break naturally, and then we'll do b dot get location dot get near. Oh, maybe it's just b dot get nearby entities. Get I don't know. Uh hmm. Dot get item get drops. Can we set that to something? Uh I'll be right back. Okay, there doesn't seem to be a way to do this other than the way that we were going to do it. So let's just b dot set type to error. Sorry about this, people, going back and forth. Error, and then we're going to do b dot set canceled actually first. Going to e dot set canceled before we set the type to error. Okay, and then we're going to set the type to error, and then we're going to use b dot get world dot drop item naturally, I guess. I don't know the difference between drop item and drop item naturally. Let's check it out. Alright, and nothing. Okay. See about yours. No Java docs. They usually don't have any Java docs, which sucks. They need to document their stuff a little better. Drop item naturally. This is the location, which is just b.get location, and then this is the item stack it's dropping. So let's do a for each loop, I guess. For string each in main.plugin.get configuration section. No, let's just do dot get string list, which is b.get type dot to string. For string each in this string list, we're going to drop that at that location. New item stack material dot get material by the name here, which will be each. Import item stack. Okay, is that all? We don't need to get the player. I think that's all. Okay, now let's go to the main class. Let's use, we gotta register events, so bucket.getPluginManager dot register events, a new block break listener. This. Okay. Okay, guys, I think we're actually done now. Okay, so under stone, let's just make this cobblestone. Actually, let's not. Let's just leave it blank and entirely up to the users to set up. Let's refresh. Let's export to ASG as CBD. Command, no, not command. Custom block drops. Save. Wait for it to catch up to itself in the meantime. Oh, there is no in the meantime. There we go. Finish. Okay, back to my desktop. Looks nice, doesn't it? Some trees, pretty clean. Alright, so we're going to open this up using Optifine because I like Optifine. I'm a big fan of that. It does actually speed stuff up sometimes, you know, so I don't know, mostly I just like the extra visual options that it gives you more than anything else. So let's join my server. You can see there's not a great big server list here now. I've actually resigned from my position as staff amongst a great many servers. Let's see. Okay, nobody's on. Server ASG. Here we are. Okay, this is the minigame handler that I was working on. So it is working well so far. Those are different spawns that can be set. I have not tested it, actually. So I might make a plugin video on that later on. But this is the nice little spawn area that's been created. And this is a little message to hear. No parkour in the waiting lobby yet. This is to look like you're on a natural floating island. So no structures or unnatural blocks, please. Testing out an idea. So he says, the most natural of sponges. Yeah, that was kind of, that was cracking me up for a while there. Don't mind the heads. Yes, I know, I've still got heads in a box. It's just a little bit creepy. Okay, so anyway, his message kind of cracked me up. I really enjoyed that hero. And this is the underside of that. That's the underside of that. I have figured out, I'm learning that looks a little nicer than this, but I'm learning how to make the bottoms on a massive scale using World Edit rather than having to place every single block first. So that's quite helpful. Now, as for our commands that we had set up, what were they? CBD, and I missed. Reload first. Let's check the console. It's loading. It's loading. Okay. 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 Custom block drops has been successfully enabled. Sounds good. Let's do PL. There we are. Let's do help. Custom block drops. CBD. Okay. CBD. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's that thing I was telling you I was going to test out and didn't test out because I'm a failure. We're going to return true. Just like that. And you know, instead of returning true every time, I'm not going to do that right now. I might do that later. Let's just return true. Right there. We also are going to want to get command, because I forgot to do this, dot set I thought you could just do dot set command executor. Set executor. There we go. New CMDs. Alright, so let's export this and it should work now. We'll reload and CBD. Alright, much better. Okay, CBD commands. Okay, it's nice and bold. It looks real nice. CBD add adds the block you're looking at and the drop you're holding. Removes the block you're looking at and its drops. And how do you like how fast I'm moving with this elytra here? And I'm not even gliding. This is insane. You can move a lot faster than running just by wearing it. However, it does eventually wear out your elytra. You can move like 5 block jumps, so I've used that in parkour a couple of times. Just an idea for the rest of you guys. Okay, so now let's add coal and have it drop sticks. Just because. Okay, CBD add. You have added coal ore to the config. Okay, now let's see if it really did add to the config. Just some music there, don't mind that. Under MC, under bungee cord, ASG, plugins, custom block drops, config. Coal ore now drops stick. Okay, that worked. Okay, so now let's break it. Let's break it. Ready? Of course not. We're in creative. Now let's do game mode 0. Okay. We must have done something wrong. Let's have it send a message every time we break a block. e.getPlayer. dot send message testing. That's all it's going to send, just to let us know. Let's export, next, finish. It'll let us know that we're getting to that spot in the code. Okay. Testing. Okay, but it didn't work. So what did we miss? There's no error in the console. So you can see nothing happened there. So, come on. There we go. On break. Oh, does it? e.set cancel. It's setting its type to error. For string each in that string list. Huh. Is it not? Col or is set to stick. It drops a stick. Okay. For each string in that string list, b.get type to string. Okay, right here we'll do p.send message. Oh, e.get player.send message. Testing number 2. See if we get that far. This is an effective way to test. Ready? Testing number 2. Okay, so we got there. So therefore, it does contain that or. Alright, so now for string each in there, this is where our problem's coming from. Somehow that's not working out. Okay, so in file builder, let's create a new method. Public void get drops. Actually, public string get a list of strings. Get drops of a block. And we'll actually need to call that block B. Let's see, we'll return a... Now let's create a new array list first. List string drops equals a new, no, equals main dot plugin dot get config dot get string list b dot get type dot to string. Gets that string list, which it is indeed a string list if you look at it here. Col or is a list of strings. It's just one of them. Okay. Return drops. Maybe we can't have a concurrent modification? I don't know. What's up with this here? Oh. The 33rd. Okay. It should work. It should work. Let's do this thing. Okay, so in commands, no, in block break listener. For each in new F file, I can't type, file builder dot get drops of block B. Okay. It should drop all those items. p.send e.getPlayer .send message not map come on testing number 3. No. Yeah, we'll just keep it at testing number 3 even though it's technically testing number 2. Let's reload. Ready? testing. That's all it got. That's all it got. I don't know what to do. There's testing number 2. Uh, Apparently it thinks that this doesn't exist. Let's create a null check here. If new file builder dot get drops of block B dot is empty, then p e dot get player dot send message testing number 4 empty. This is the debugging part that I hate doing. Reload, although I don't really mind it that much. Testing number 4, it's empty. Okay, so it thinks the string list is empty. That's obviously a problem. I don't even need to explain to you why. So let's see if we can't fix that. Because we know it's not empty. It's obviously not empty. Sorry about that. Anyways. So this part's not working. Let's just delete it. So it thinks it's empty. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's, in file builder, okay, it thinks that the get string list b.getType tstring, which is col, or it thinks it's empty. Okay, well, I really don't know. I really don't know. I'm absolutely baffled by this. I'm gonna think this through real quick. I'll be back. Okay, I was just gonna go through this and figure it out on my own, but I decided not to. I decided to include you guys because it sucks for me. It just will suck for you. No, that's not really why, but that's what we're doing. So what we're going to do now is a for each statement for string each in this right here. We're just gonna try this out and see what goes. A list of strings called drops initialized underneath drops. Let's do a new array list first. Like that. Import. Now we're going to do drops.add each. Alright. Now we're going to return drops. What's up with you? Okay. I think this will work. I'm not sure. I did pause the video, but I really just went and got some orange juice, so I haven't tested this. Now for string each. Let's create just a new instance of file builder. I'm tired of doing new file builder. Okay. In fb dot get drops of the block, b dot get world. We should do get location. I don't know. Dot drop item naturally. Should we do drop item or? Sorry about that. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, we'll do now dot drop item naturally. Then we'll try drop item just to see if that does anything better. b.getLocation new item stack, like that. And material dot get material by name called each. Import u. Okay, I think we're done now. I hope we're done now. If fb dot get drops of block dot is empty, then e dot get player dot send message empty, like that. Just so we know exactly what's going on when it happens. Let's refresh, let's export, let's do next, finish, yes, and try it out. And reload. Alright, there you go. And let's break this. So it happens. Okay, it says it's empty. I'm just a little bit ticked off. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't know why it's doing this. Grass should still drop dirt, right? Okay, grass drops dirt. That's normal. Testing. Um, hmm. Why does it think it's empty, really? I mean, it should drop a stick. Let's do CBD add again and again. Now let's make it also drop stone and leaves. Okay. Now let's look at into this. So it drops 3 sticks, a stone, and leaves. That's what it's supposed to do now. Ready? Ready? Okay. Break. Empty. It's not empty. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This sucks. This is an hour of making this. I didn't expect it to take so stinking long, but it's just not working, and I don't know why. So for string each in get drops, okay, that's where our problem must be coming from, because it's saying that get drops is empty. So drops is saying it's null. Um, dot drops. We're going to try something new. We're going to see if this helps anything, which I don't think it will, but, you know, it just might. Create section b.getType to string plus dot drops. Like that. And okay. That's it. That's it. Are we done? Are we done? Can we try this now? Okay. So let's go into our config file and just delete all of this because we don't want any of that interfering. Let's reload. And CBD once again. CBD add. Okay, and it should have added this pick that I was accidentally holding. Stone pickaxe, okay, and it put it in drops. Very nice. Very nice. And let's also make it drop a stick. And stone, stone, stone. Okay. Good. Now let's break it. Nothing. It's empty. I really don't know why it's doing this. Okay. Into plugin get config get string list. Here's the string list it's getting. Oh, come on. Wait, is it setting it to a new list of strings? Yes, it is. I really just don't know why in the world it's doing this. Uh, hmm. Alright, let's look over our code a little bit here. We have the onBreak method, which is the block break event E. We got the player sending the message that says testing, that works. Okay, it contains that material, that works. It says that it's empty if fb.getDrops is empty. Maybe getDrops of block B. Okay, b.getType.toString. It says it's empty. Let's do try.name just once and see if maybe this actually works better. You might have to do it to all of them to see any noticeable difference. Let's check the console here. Nothing. I wish we'd get an error or something out of that. Well, it seems to be working the same, so we'll just use .toString then. Poof. Man, I really don't know. I don't know what to do here. Let's do something old here. .get configuration section b.getType .toString .getStringList, which is called drops. Alright, let's export, next, finish, yes. It really shouldn't work any different, but I'm just grabbing at anything here. Well, it didn't say it was empty. I will say that. Ah, yes, an error. Okay. It's about time. Could not pass the event to custom block drops. And why not? Okay, a null pointer exception. At cbd.filebuilder get drops. Oh, that's line 29. Let's look at line 29 of the file builder here. Is it not there? Drops? Is this a list of strings, right? Let's do this. And see if maybe that helps it out any. I don't know if it will. Right, let's look at it. Stay the same. Let's break a block. Probably got an error. We did. Null pointer exception line 29. Let's see. File. Didn't change it, so let's change these to double quotes. It's supposed to just have no quotes at all for that. I don't know why it's not working. It should all be working as I expected. Okay, reload. Let's break another block. Nothing. Got the same error, I'm sure. Let's look at it just in case. Yep, we did. Null pointer exception. This right here, Java 29. That's our line that we have to look at. Block break listener line 20 is just referencing 29, I believe. Yes, I've got a get drops is empty. Oh, maybe it's trying to get the drops, but it can't. And here's the line it's coming from. Get configuration section b.getType.toString. Okay. Okay. the block that broke. We're getting its type. We're setting it to a string. That's the configuration section. We're getting the string list inside that called drops. Which is all of these. So let's actually just get rid of these. Save. So reload this. Set block to col or. Let's do CBC add, just like that. Let's break it. Testing number 2. ASG, here we've got our null pointer exception at line 29. Okay, let's try something here. Let's create a new public void. We're going to take in the player P, but it'll be called test. We're just going to test this. If main.plugin.getConfig, we'll also take in block B dot contains b.getType dot to string, then p.send message is in config. We'll rename this test now to debug because that's kind of what we're doing with it. Okay, and now we'll use if main.plugin.getConfig.getConfiguration section b.getType dot to string dot contains concat. What? There. That contains drops. Okay, this will be actually, we'll move this inside of the other, right there. We'll delete this. We'll enter here. There we go. Then we'll do p.send message contains drops, just like that, with a D instead of an S, and an S instead of a D. Okay. Then if main.plugin.getConfig get configuration section b.getType.toString dot get string list drops dot is empty p.send message empty it is. Else, well, else statement here, p.send message not empty. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Now in block break listener, first thing we're going to do after testing, yeah, but after all of the other stuff as well, so outside of this if statement, we can do fb dot debug player P, which is e dot get player and B. Good. Now let's save. Let's export. This has been an hour and 15 minutes, and I still can't quite get this done. Alright, we're ready to go. Let's break block. It didn't do anything at all. Let's go to ASG. No pointer exception in line 30. How in line 30? Oh, did we just move that somehow? It was in 29. Oh, probably from an import. Okay, so in block break listener, let's just actually cancel all this code out for now. Okay. And try this again. And we'll break this. As soon as it finishes, there we go. Oh, come on, why? Why? Why is this not working? Do we have an error from that? We have no error. We have no error, we have no anything. Man, really? We need fb.debug. Okay, we'll do else p.send message. Nothing is working right. Alright, so let's reload this one and see if we get something now. Nothing is working right. Okay, so now the plugin itself is telling us that it's not working. That's a little better. Okay, so main plugin does not contain that. Even though it does. It does not contain it, okay? So what are we supposed to do? Uh, hmm. Let's do like this. String block b dot get type dot. I don't know if we should use this or not. Let's use toString. Like that. Okay, so string block equals b dot get type dot toString, and let's send the message to the player just to see what it is that it's testing for, you know. Okay, so let's reload this. Let's break this block of coal ore. Error. Error. Oh. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. Okay, so it's saying it's because as soon as we break the block, we set it to error. So now the block that we broke is now technically an error block. So it doesn't drop anything because we don't have that in the config. So what we need to do then is not actually set it to error, at least not yet. Let's set it to error after everything else is done. Okay? And we'll see if that works. That would be sure nice, wouldn't it? Let's copy this. Let's go back a ways. And let's put it after everything. No. No, yeah, we'll do it right there first. And we'll just see what happens when we do it. I think this will work now. I think that was our problem the entire time. Okay, isn't config contains drops and is not empty. It works. Okay, so it was just changing it to error. Now I feel just a little bit stupid. That was too simple. That was way too simple to use. Okay, so now let's get rid of the debug since we don't need it anymore. We've debugged. Let's get rid of this stuff. New item stack. Let's get rid of this then. And instead of using... Okay, so it does contain... Well, that was interesting. Okay, so it does contain that. That's why it got there. B dot is empty. That's where the null pointer exception was coming from. So now, after all of this, then we set type to error. Alright, now let's try this out. This should work as it was supposed to. Reload. And Set coal ore. Let's break it. Ready? Oh, it dropped the stone. Okay, and that's what it was supposed to drop, right? A stone? Yes. Okay. That was really nice. Okay, I liked to see that. Now let's do. Sorry about that little glitch there. CBD dot add. We'll add that. Now let's add a stake or two. Let's add 3 leaves, and let's break it. Ready? Look at that, it drops it all. That's so beautiful. I absolutely love that. Talk about making a lucky block plugin, huh? Okay. I'm excited now. That's really something. Okay, so this plugin is done now. That's all I was planning on doing with it, is just making it so you could have custom drops. It's a really simple thing. I might actually not even add anything after that. That just might be the very end of the plugin. But you guys saw the entire making of that thing. That took around an hour and 20 minutes now. And it was all from that one stupid bug, really, that took so much time. Otherwise, we would have gotten done a half hour earlier, and that would have been really nice. But I'm going to put this plugin on Spigot. I'll leave it a link in the description as soon as I've got it on there and as soon as the video is uploaded to YouTube. So you guys can use that if you want. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, tell your friends about it, all that good stuff, share me. If you have any suggestions for any future tutorials, please let me know, and I'll be sure to make those as soon as possible. And you guys have a great day.